Hi, I'm Sarah Allred, the Horticulture Coordinator here at Ashton Gardens at Thanksgiving Point, home of Utah's largest tulip festival. Here at Thanksgiving Point, our gardens cover 55 acres, but we have more than just tulips during the tulip festival. We have some amazing cool season plants. So today we're going to talk to you about 3 different cool season plants you can utilize in your garden in the fall or the spring. So the first plant I want to talk about today is the Iceland Poppy. This is a great plant because it blooms a little bit later than the tulips, so it extends your blooming time in your garden. It has these really delicate flowers that blow in the wind. They come in some beautiful colors, this orange and white, it comes in yellow and some coral colors. It's a really delicate plant and it lasts a little bit longer into the summer. Iceland poppies are great because you can plant them in the fall or in the spring, depending on when you can find them at a local nursery. And so they're really hardy. They'll be fine if you plant them in the fall. Ours pop up again in the spring. They look like this. They're really easy to take care of. They like full sun, but they can handle a little bit of shade. They just need some regular water. Really easy to take care of. Something else that's wonderful about the Iceland poppies is they make a great cut flower with these long stems. If you're willing to give up some of them, you can cut a few and bring them inside. The next plant I want to talk about is our English daisy. It's this little guy right here. I get the most questions about this plant besides the tulips during the tulip festival. And everyone loves them because they're small, they stay really low under the tulips, it adds more color down below, and they're really tight like a little button. There's other kinds that are a little bit bigger that have kind of fluffier edges. There's some purple ones and some white and a lighter pink color, but they do great in the cool season. So we plant ours in the fall. You can also plant them in the spring, but these ones definitely don't like the warm weather. So as soon as it gets warmer, they kind of just tip over and they look terrible. We pull ours out. You can leave them in the ground. They're considered a biennial, so they'll reseed on their own. So they aren't like a traditional perennial that will just keep growing and growing on its own, but they do drop seeds, and so oftentimes they'll just keep propagating themselves. Because they like it cool, they do prefer the shade when it gets a little bit warmer, but here in the gardens we plant them everywhere. So you'll find them on the edges, deep inside the beds, and always under the tulips to add color. The third plant I'd like to talk to you about today is this beautiful abrita, or false rock cress. This is actually a perennial, so we leave this in the ground quite often. A lot of people will pull it out, and we do a little bit of both in our garden. We really like it because it stays low and it kind of spreads. It has this really interesting foliage. Sometimes it's a dusty green color. This one's more of a regular green. And it has these beautiful blossoms that bloom really early. Something about this abrita is that it'll start to die back. You can see that already. And when it gets like that, you're just gonna wanna cut it back all the way and then just give it some space and let it come back up again in the spring. And we like to have these in our rose garden and underneath the tulips again, like the English daisies, just to add more color. Every year we plant over 280,000 tulips in the fall so that you can come to our tulip festival in the spring. We hope you come and join us to get inspiration for your own garden while you're spending time in ours. See you later.